Welcome to the Channel 34 weekly Eyewitness Newts broadcast, where we bring the latest new coverage to you. Watch as our team heads out into the field and is on scene in our East Bay parks to bring you the most current footage and eyewitness accounts of newts in our East Bay parks.
This is Alex reporting for Channel 34's weekly Eyewitness News broadcast, where we bring the latest newt coverage to you as it happens. Many of our viewers have been curious as to where they could find newts themselves. Today, we'll take a closer look at a few East Bay parks and some places that you might find newts. Let's zoom out to the whole district so we can see a few places you might catch sight of these amphibians.
This map includes all 73 parks that make up the East Bay Regional Park District. Briones is one of those parks that you may find newts. And another area is Tilden. Tilden Nature Area actually closes down one of the roads due to the large numbers of newts. Sibley also has some amazing ponds that are home to some breeding newts. Over at Las Trampas, you'll see them in the streams. Pleasanton Ridge is another of those parks that, after a nice hike with a lot of up, you'll get a chance to see some of those ponds that may include newts. And Sunol Regional Wilderness is another area that up at High Valley Pond, there's the possibility for us to see some newts. Speaking of Sunol, let's head over to our reporter in the field to get an update on the weather. Stacy?
Dry.
Thanks for that, Stacy. While we have had a bit of rain this week, it's been a fairly dry winter thus far, meaning that the newts may not be as easy to find this year. In fact, you may even come across the sad sight of newts that have desiccated or dried out. With climate change causing increasingly variable weather, the Bay Area is experiencing dramatic rainfall events and extended droughts. Amphibians that rely on ponds filled by rain may be negatively impacted by these changes. Let's head back over to Sunol, where we have Stacy standing by in the field at one of these ponds.
Well, good morning. This is Stacy with Newt News, reporting from High Valley Pond here at Sunol Regional Wilderness. This pond is a cattle pond, and I've also seen a lot of other wildlife this morning, including western pond turtles, fence lizards, and birds such as killdeer, black phoebe, and red-tailed hawk. So we're here today to see if any California newts have traveled here from their drier upland habitat down to the water to breed. Let's see what we can find. Well, I didn't see any today. Maybe next time. Back to you.
Now to answer some of our questions about newts, we have East Bay Regional Park District wildlife ecologist Steven Bobzien on the line. Hi, Steven. Thanks again for being on the show. Can you let the viewers know what they should do if they see a newt while they're out walking or biking in a park?
Yeah, the best thing to do if you see a newt is just kind of let it be on its way. Enjoy, watch it, observe it. I kind of highly recommend not touching it because they have a toxin it's called tetrodotoxin, which is pretty nasty. It can do some harm. So yeah, just sort of watch it and let it be on its way. Enjoy it.
Great. Thank you. How interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about the dead newts that were found at Briones last month?
Yes, we had an unusual situation right about around Christmas where it was reported that we had a massive newt die-off at one of the ponds in Briones, and myself and a counterpart from USGS went up there and we discovered 382 dead mummified newts. They're all intact, so it appeared not to be any scavenging or a direct predation event. And so right now we're investigating. We're looking at a disease outbreak that occurs in Europe. We're hoping it never reaches the United States because it can cause high mortality levels. It's called basil. So we took some samples, sent them in. We're waiting for the test results to come back on those. And frankly, we're going to do some water tests. We're not really anticipating that would lead to direct cause of mortality, but we may never know. But it was a very, very unusual large die-off.
Yeah, and thank you so much for that. And best of luck to you and the other scientists with your research regarding that event. Do you think that it might have anything to do with this dry winter that we've been having?
Possibly, but we're there again. It's somewhat uncertain, or just the overall prolonged drought. We think there's a lot of additional stressors that us as ecologists simply haven't really been able to catch up and fully understand how it's affecting the ecology and the survivorship of a lot of these amphibian species, including newts. So we're still investigating some of these events and trying to gather data and conduct research to see if we can determine, really how climate change and the severe weather events or drought are affecting amphibian populations.
Yeah, and thank you again so much for your time, Steven. I know that the viewers and I appreciate your opinion on these matters, and thanks again for taking the time to talk with us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Until next time, this is Alex reporting from our Newt news station, brought to you by the East Bay Regional Park District, founded in 1934. And another pond,